that famous adventure tale when the Graver bloke comes sprinting out of the jungle screaming for help? Jock, start the ornithopter! Get it up! Start the ornithopter! Jock! Our Graver hero runs over a rise and behind him a mess of trouble follows.
In front of Aggee flies Snaggle.
That's right. That's me. I caused this mess of trouble. Splendid, wouldn't you say? Diabolically splendid.
Meanwhile, on the deck of the rolling Targonian, our heroes relax lazily in the warm morning sun, apparently unaware of the looming mess of trouble. Badia leans casually on the ship's rail, watching colorful peafowl play in the shallows.
Where do you suppose Aggee ran off to?
Omba, the captain of the rolling Targonian, stands with her arms crossed, lord of her domain.
Jumped off, you mean? He loves doing this disappearing act crap. No accountability with the Chan. We're going to leave him this time. Yes, we are. We're going to leave his ass right here in the jungle.
Rainbow comes up from below with the ship's cook, Cookie.
We should send out a search party.
Helios, the tank and backbone of this operation, relaxes in a wood Adirondack chair, the warm sun bathing his face.
Something tells me he'll be along shortly.
A slimy, wet tentacle snakes its way out from under the railing and slowly corkscrews around the half-minotaur's leg. Sensing danger, Helios looks and jerks rigid, frozen in fear.
There's a snake on board! Oh,
Cookie comes near, spotting the tentacle. He smiles knowingly.
Oh, but it's just my pet chaos crawler, Fluffy.
I hate snake, Cookie. I hate snake!
Come on, show a little backbone, will you?
Suddenly, a distant wee voice echoes.
Sit still! Sit still!
Did you hear something?
Everyone perks up, gazing randomly in all directions.
Dinosaur!
A mighty roar splits the calm, bringing Helios to his hooves. He points.
There he is.
And behind him, the lizard tyrant king, better known as Tyrannosaurus Rex.
If only our heroes understood dinosaur ethos. Soon. Yes, very soon. They will understand.
Helios may have a phobia for every occasion, but not when it comes to saving his friends. Helios bull rushes the T-Rex with a berserker fury. He transforms Aggee's name into a power word battle challenge.
Aggee!
His axe comes down and severs the T-Rex's arm clean off. Aggee is inside the lizard's mouth. Yes, inside the mouth. The jaws of death clamp down, but only Aggee's bow stick, lodged between tooth and gum, saves him from being ground into a snack. An acid chromatic orb splashes off the monster's head, melting its face and boiling an eye. Somewhere, Rainbow and Badia are heaving spells at the beast.
Aggee! What are you doing in there?
Distracting it! Duh!
Helios brings down his axe, removing a dino toe. Helios was used for frontal assaults against heavy infantry, and Rainbow for flanking maneuvers. The little rogue joins the fray, pirouettes a tail swipe, and attacks from the rear, hamstringing the beast. Finally, Aggee extracts himself. He performs a stylish, acrobatic superhero landing, then immediately counterattacks, bow stick to the chin, then delivers a whack to the knee and a thrust to the chest.
I'm slicing it, and you're like sitting here massaging.
The T-Rex strikes, gobbling up Aggee again. Back on the ship, Badia, Umba, and Cookie survey the battle.
Aggee is going to die.
Ooh, not on my watch.
She casts Healing Word on Aggee, saving, yes, definitely saving, Aggee's life.
Should we assist them?
Snaggle lands on a nearby railing, giggling, his mouth wide with a Cheshire, mischievous grin.
Where have you been?
Fodder.
You did this?
Figures.
Mouth damage.
More? Oh, gods. You are overdoing it a bit, don't you think? Lord the Scorpion!
Maybe it's best if we let them succumb to inevitability.
Ombat jerks a nod toward Badia, puts her finger to her lips, irritation creasing her brow. Badia, preoccupied with spell combat, pays no mind.
Fodder.
You're going to get us killed one of these days.
Back in the thick of things, the T-Rex dies, collapsing with a crunching thud.
Lizard a la king.
Get out of there!
Helios and Rainbow look. First to Badia, waving madly.
Another one is coming!
And then at a second T-Rex charging out of the jungle.
Cut me some slack already!
Quick, grab his leg!
Together, they extricate a messy, chewed-up piece of meat from the dead dinosaur. It's Aggee, alive but delirious from lack of blood. They yank him to his feet.
I had a toy T-Rex once.
Seems you were the chew toy.
Can we talk about toys later?
The chase is on, everyone for themselves, sprinting back to the ship. A short-lived chase, it would seem. The new and improved T-Rex with twice the jaw action cuts off their escape. Aggee, the fastest of the three, running at augmented Chan speed, plows headlong into the mouth of madness. What is this, like the third time?
Stop getting eaten!
Badia reaches out with yet another healing word, pulling Aggee back from the brink of death. With her other hand, she casts Firebolt.
Get on the ship! We got to go!
In the heat of action, Helios runs in, hacking madly.
Aggee, choke it with your body! I know it's tiny and wiry, but try! Like chicken bone!
He lands his axe with a hand-jarring chop to the knee. The Rex spits pain, sending Aggee sailing. The Chan lands on uneasy legs, wavers, the world spinning.
While I feel out of sort, my morale has never been higher.
Then Aggee collapses.
Imagine how good your scars are going to look.
Helios scoops up his buddy and flees the scene, tossing Aggee over his shoulder in one fluid motion.
We're coming!
1, 2, 3 steps later, the T-Rex strikes from behind, devouring Helios and Aggee, both now in the T-Rex vortex of fun. On Rainbow, coming up from the rear, figuratively and physically, the colorful rogue performs a sneak attack, striking the dinosaur in its gonad's tender place, swift and true, tearing a savage gash.
And that is how you de-sex a T-Rex.
Inside the T-Rex mouth, same painful moment, the dinosaur inhales sharply, sucking Helios and Aggee down, lodging the two heroes in the back of its throat. It gags.
It's been enough more than it can chew.
It's gagging on my butt!
Aggee thrusts up with his bow stick, sending the business end up through the roof of the mouth and out its right eye.
To the devil with you!
A column of incendiary fire from heaven superheats the Rex. Badia staggers under the weight of the arcane exertion.
What is that idiot doing now?
Aggee has managed to climb onto the dinosaur's neck and is now riding it, buckaroo bonsai style. You know what I mean. Aggee grabs the jaw and yanks it hard over, acting like a horse bit. The T-Rex follows the motion and plows into a tree, sending a snag of a broken limb into the beast's one remaining good eye, killing it instantly.
You okay, Helios?
The Tyrannosaurus Rex twitches, taking a few beats to realize it's dead. It sags, hanging, impaled on a tree. Helios slides out of the bloody maw like a newborn child and plops to the ground. The half-minotaur staggers to its hooves.
Ooh! That was epic! You see that shit? That was paramount!
Later, on the shore of the Boyonogo River, Badia leans over the railing, watching her friends slow return to the ship.
What is it with these boys' infatuation with climbing into dinosaurs' mouths?
It must be an superego development disorder caused by mommy issues.
2 out of 2 dinosaurs like the taste of Aggee.
And the leading cause of tooth decay. Everyone back on the ship.
Rainbow scampers lithely up the ship hold to where Badia rests.
I am famished. You want some of my shark fin soup?
You know what? Yes, I do.
On the shoreline, Helios motions to his friend, who looks like a Nabu Pabu tragedy.
Aggee, buddy, come here.
Why?
You, got a tooth in your back.
That kind of had a savage side.
Hurry up, you two. Find Cookie. He'll mend your wounds.
Aggee Chan jumps, sailing high overhead onto the ship's main deck, leaving Helios staring up anxiously.
Is this a ship?
Live in denial, Mr. Minotaur. But there is no denying the fact that I command a mean ship.
I'd rather walk. There must be a footpath.
Hurry, Helios. We're heading below for soup.
Just then, the jungle quakes with a titanic, reverberating roar, and then another answers in return. 2 more Tyrannosauruses appear, heads over the trees. It is the age of gods, after all, and this husband and wife team appear to be the gods of the lizard pantheon, standing an eye-popping 500 feet.
Could that be the parents?
Oh. We killed their babies.
Mommy? Wait! I'm getting on ship!
On board, moments later, Omba directs her crew, a firecracker of activity.
Action stations! Put the moorings, raise the sails, double time!
Helios and Aggee marvel at the approaching doom.
Do you think we can take them?
Don't even think about it. That is a mouth you cannot escape.
The captain stomps her foot hard on the deck.
Cookie, pay attention! We are going to need more juice.
Extra juice? You mean essence? No, I do not recommend.
Extra juice now, or we are going to die.
All right. You will not want to see this.
Rainbow and Badia follow Cookie briskly into the galley.
Oh, I do want to see this.
The cook knocks on a trapdoor on the wall.
Wake up, Fluffy. A clean galley is key for safety, order, cleanliness, and keeping everything in its place.
What are you looking for?
He finds it. He lifts a jar labeled Divine Danger, Primal Essence. Through the deck, we can hear Umba shouting like a tyrant.
Pour on the juice now!
Stand back.
Cookie opens the trapdoor, revealing the Cthulhian bilge monster's viscous, bulbous eye. A flurry of tentacles shoot forth, wrapping Cookie's head.
Expedience, please, Mr. Cookie!
Cookie gently strokes a tentacle.
Form psychic bridge.
The tentacle suckers embrace his face tight, performing a psychic mind melt. Cookie's eyes roll and close.
That's not creepy.
Oh, I think I just threw up a little in my mouth.
Beyond the galley, distant roars grow closer.
Is he dead? Or...
Cookie's eyes shoot open, and he, to action. Using a laboratory glass eyedropper, he delicately siphons a tiny drop of golden primal essence.
Extra juice for our pal here.
What is that going to do?
Cookie administers the golden drop into Fluffy's eye. Bang! The bilge creature retracts. The trapdoor slams.
Hang on, it's going to get bumpy.
The galley lurches, sending contents sailing.
Gods! What did you do?
Mortals propose, but gods dispose.
The water around the ship's hull roils violently. Bubbles and white foam turn brilliant green. Colossal Cthulhian tentacles stretch forth from portholes in the lower hull, hidden beneath the waterline. The tentacles, leg-like, lift the massive ship from the shallows, carrying it into deeper river water. On the command deck, Aggee and Helios stand by as the crew frantically does their duty.
Ugh, I hate monster shit!
Fate is not a thing we should wait for. It is a thing that should be seized. You know what I mean, Helios? We shouldn't live in fear.
Only a fool pulls a card from a fate deck.
It was your employer, Ariadne, who put us up to this foolishness!
Some call it foolish. I call it a way of life.
A tentacle swats an approaching T-Rex, momentarily pausing its advancement. Just enough time for the creature in the bilge to use its squid jet propulsion to carry the ship safely upriver. Back in the galley, Cookie, Badia, and Rainbow bounce around the compartment like beans inside a rattle.
Now, I'm going to be sick.
Your little guts here. Halfling puke delicacy, no?
Rainbow waves Cookie off while straining to hold her stomach in check.
It is okay. Fluffy has fondness for puke.
Who is this Fluffy you keep speaking of?
My pet. His real name is impossible to pronounce. Imagine sound. Sound of a ship with crew all getting skitters from poisoning of bad gruel. That sound. You have fertile imagination. You want to speak with Fluffy?
It talks?
In here, if you want.
Cookie opens the trap door and pulls out a tentacle.
Put sucker on forehead.
No. That's okay. I don't want to be a distraction.
He's very sweet, this Fluffy.
Later, if Fluffy survives a primal surge, he'll be in better mood. He's such a prankster. He likes to play games, likes to steal shoes from the crew.
Pets are like that.
Be careful though. Sometimes Fluffy gets aggressive. Doesn't know his own strength. Best not to touch or look or be near Fluffy without me, huh? For safety reasons.
No, I will never visit Fluffy. I promise. I will never do that.
Fluffy's enormous tentacles propel the ship upriver at tremendous supernatural speed.
I think they're gaining on us.
True enough, the godlike dinosaurs block out the morning sun, casting a shadow over the deck as they close. When the Papa T-Rex attempts to chomp the ass end of the ship, a tentacle slashes out at its feet, chopping them out from beneath the huge beast. Kaboom! The dinosaur pair wipe out in spectacular fashion, tearing up trees and causing a tidal wave.
Good googly moogly! Did you see that, Helios?
Helios, busy praying to his axe, missed it.
What did I miss?
As the Norse like to say, the more exceptionally large the giant, the bigger the failure is when they fall.
The rolling Targonian speed has slowed to normal. The dinosaur terror lost far downstream. On the command deck, Helios and Aggee stare off into the distance, pondering what dangers lurk ahead.
What are we doing out here, Aggee? A flying devil shark tried to eat me. A T-Rex tried to eat you. What's going to try to eat us next?
Snaggle lands on the aft rail and drops a dead, bloody snake on the deck.
Father?
Honor yourself, you little reprobates.
He wants to apologize.
He tried to kill me.
Don't take it personally. He tries to kill everybody, don't you?
You're not supposed to make me feel better.
You'd better get back to your cabin and stay there until I say otherwise.
The Gekon hangs his head, dejected, and then flies off. Umba leads Aggee and Helios into the galley to find the gals drinking happily while Cookie prepares gruel.
How is Fluffy?
Sleeping like baby. Maybe dead.
I wonder what fluffy soup tastes like.
No eating Fluffy. I tried that once. He got very angry.
Listen, people, we need to organize, make a game plan. If we are serious about completing these quests.
Graver's prophecy quest, eh? What kind?
They pulled Anumian cards from a fate deck. That kind.
A fool and his life are soon parted.
The huntsman wants me to track down the beast that has gone bad, and I am tasked with fixing the problem.
We think the beast they are after is the Drasseldar of Ife.
Your prophecy, Rainbow Drunkard?
The spirited halfling is indeed enjoying a beverage and is quite drunk.
It's nothing. I must write and publish book of epic journey.
You including Cookie in this book?
Absolutely. You are one of the main characters.
Maybe I could have 2 real legs instead of a peg.
I gotta bring some truth to the story, Cookie. And I don't want to put forward that your peg leg isn't good enough. When you're the breakout star, people are going to want to have a peg themselves. They will chop off their own leg to be just like you, Cookie.
We should be writing these details down.
Oh, I have.
She points out etchings around the galley, on the floor, overhead beams, bench, and on Cookie's leg.
What do you write on me?
It says, Cookie, Cookie, he makes cookies.
That's a fallacious ad hominem. I don't make cookies. I make gruel.
Oh, that doesn't rhyme.
To be fair, you just did rhyme cookie with cookie. That's just the same word.
Oh, it's a homophone.
He has a point.
If you don't like Rainbow Prose, I'd be her editor and cut it off.
Oh, he does like to cut things.
Thank you, but I keep peg for now. What about you, Dinosaur Bait? What's your prophecy in all of this?
I drew a giant card, the largest of the Anumians.
World Serpent bigger.
Anyways, he demands that I take down a guardian. Sounds a bit violent at first, but I think takedown has a bigger meaning to it.
And what about you, Half-Man? What about your quest? Your purpose?
My family X.
Rainbow points to etchings on a beam overhead that says,
Helios, artisan, finish forging axe.
Excuse me? He was talking to me, okay? It's magic, I think, and my fellow group mates.
What he means to say, his axe is incomplete. It is a precious family heirloom. It deserves to be finished right, and we aim to do that.
Magic eggs, eh? May I see it?
Helios retreats, shaking his horns no.
It is okay, Helios. Cookie is more than a cook.
Just give him the axe. Gods, Helios, you need to start trusting people.
Cookie studies the axe, blade, neck, and then the handle.
Mycenaean. Assuredly.
He smacks it hard with a ringing rap on the table.
There are etchings on this handle.
Not etchings, scratches from heavy use. Very strong.
Oquiel, Minotaur. No combat action could possibly damage the arcane rune protecting this weapon.
Maybe retributive strike?
You need to stop reading them books.
I mean, it could.
Badia takes the axe and inspects it.
Cookie's right. This is an enchanted axe. Helios, why didn't you tell me?
I didn't know. Nobody told me.
Maybe it's cursed. And that's why you're afraid of your own shadow.
I am not afraid of shadow, except when it follows me.
It looks like the enchantment is incomplete. There are missing runes. Whoever made this didn't finish the job.
Can you finish it, Badia?
Can you?
Oh, thank you for the vote of confidence. But no, this is way beyond my understanding or capabilities.
It's divine magic, stuff of the gods.
You're going to need an extremely powerful weaponsmith artificer to finish the enchantment.
Like a god?
Sure, like a god. Know any?
I do. Ariadne.
Ariadne is a Chan demigoddess. She's no weaponsmith. Besides, if she could have fixed it, she would have fixed it already.
Rick's winner?
You can't just go around crossing pantheons, intermixing religions. This axe is Mycenaean, Brigthwina is Celtic. They're like fire and water.
Oh, I hate fire and water.
No shit, really?
You could try a prothesis death ritual. Admittedly, it's not a lot of fun, but a possibility.
You mean like a funeral ceremony?
Doesn't someone have to die first?
You've heard of a sacrificial cow?
We have to sacrifice a cow?
In a manner of speaking.
Always with the cow. Anytime we mention cow, you think it's talking about you. There are millions of cows.
Aggee, jumping to conclusion, leaps in like the Chan he is.
Since I am their leader, if there's any sacrificing to be done, it's to me.
No, not again!
Hey, again?
See, he wants to die.
Sacrificial cow, not sacrificial Chan, dumbass. It's your friend's quest. It's your friend's family heirloom. He's the one who has to complete the ritual.
Okay, calm down. I'm just saying.
You need to start jumping into the jaws of death, Aggee.
I can brew the potion that puts you in divine prothesis. It'll take your body to the precipice of life and death while your soul travels into the afterlife.
Afterlife. Afterlife, I'll be dead.
No, you won't. You'll be protected on the precipice between life and death by the potion.
You seem to know an awful lot about death rituals. Does anyone else find this worrying?
I was medicine shaman in old country. I shepherded both body and spirit. Almost 150 people. Mostly old and senile. Sometimes young, very sad.
The old country?
Nagov. I am from small village in central Wallachia. My father was gravedigger. My mother a moriologist. That's a professional mourner. The whole family was in death trade.
I hate death.
Oh my gosh. Don't tell me you're afraid of death too.
You won't die. I have special ingredient. Extra juice.
Everyone ponders the thought of the death ritual for a few quiet minutes and what it could mean for their friend.
And this will work?
Maybe rain or maybe snow. Maybe yes or maybe no.
So Helios drinks the potion and...
He quaffs the potion. If I make it right, more or less, him and his ex go and more or less to his god.
More or less?
He crosses over the river Divine, and I don't rightly know after that. Depends upon state of his soul and the relationship with his god. If he, she, they, or them find him tolerable, perchance Helios convinces them to finish X. See?
I see. All but the tolerable part.
Yeehaw! This is exciting and good fun, ain't it?
Aye. Right.
It does seem like we are heading in the right direction.
Sure. And after Helios travels to the afterlife, convinces the god to reforge his axe, all we have to do is kill a Dresseldar. Easy.